Before I answer to your question, allow me to just go back to what my colleague and my very good friend, Honorable Nelson Koech, MP for Belgut, had mentioned over the weekend.
Yeah.
Nelson is my friend, and I know how his temperaments are sometimes. And looking at him through that clip you've just played, yeah, it only tells you the type of political temperature that is in the country. It's very unfortunate that those kind of utterances came from a second member of parliament, second term member of parliament, and somebody who is serving as a duty bearer in a very sensitive docket in the defense committee. And he says that he not only supports the president's directive or proposal to shoot the protesters at the legs, but also shoot to kill entirely. And I think that's a very serious pronouncement that must be called out. That is inciting to violence. And I am looking at a time when the president will appear on this television and apologize to Kenyans on such kind of utterances said in his defense, not to take the blame, but to be the father of the nation. Mm. If that does not happen, the worst will happen in this country. You know, there's a time Rigathi Gachagua said something about Christmas party.
Yeah.
And we were all here saying, oh, you know. And all he said is that if we do not watch out on what we are saying, what we are doing, including what him himself is doing, 2007, 2008 PEV elections, PEV violence was supposed to be a Christmas party. What does that mean? It means it is going to be worse. Mm. So my colleague and my friend Nelson Koech is completely out of order. And whether the context he was talking about that whole issue was misquoted or not understood properly, what came out in the press, what we read in the newspaper, what we are listening to in the radio, coming from his mouth is actually insightful. And that should not be allowed. Mm. But I saw a red flag long time ago, Sam, when I saw the president, sometimes I think in the year 2023 in Narok. It was slightly before the vote of finance bill. And I saw the president with an entourage of over 100 MPs in Narok. He stood up and said, finance bill is coming. In Kiswahili he said, wacha nione kamoja, mmoja, ambaye hatapigia kura hiyo finance bill. And he completely, you know, he said that statement in a way that he is not sensitive about what other people feel about finance bill or other political processes, and it is up to him to dictate what people should say and what people should do. And so when he's quiet, when Nelson Koech is speaking the way he's speaking, when the president is quiet, when he's quiet, when the women rep for Wajir is talking the way she's talking, when he's quiet, when Senator for Madago is for which county? Wasingishu is speaking the way he's speaking, and the president is completely quiet. And all he's telling us is, ambia hao watu gagani. You know, when the president goes for a forum and says, ambia hao watu gagani, he is the father of everybody. He should not be sending emissaries to some people on TV. He's actually supposed to be calling them, hey men, come, what's the problem? Lakini kwenda kwa TV kusema, ambia hao watu, mimi sitaki hiyo ujinga, ambia hao watu, mimi sitaki hiyo mchezo. President should be reminded, hey, you are no longer the politician you used to. You are no longer the activist. You are no longer the mzee wa kijiji wa kusomea wazee. You are the president of the Republic of Kenya. Whenever you open your mouth to speak, you must speak with wisdom, measured, calculated, with respect. You know, I look at the president sometimes when he's speaking, and I look at my mother. My mother is over 70. And I look at my mother watching that television, and I see the kind of body language that is there between the president and my mother, and I'm like, does this guy know he's talking to my mother or his own mother? The language itself, how do you go to a television and you are the president and you're telling people, ambia hao watu wagani, walikuchagua. Na kama hawakukuchagua wamekubali you are the president. So our president must tone down.
Yeah.
Our president must realize that he's the father. How does a father speak in the house? Hey, mzee, how do you speak in your house? Hey, mzee, how do you speak in your house? I mean, he's the father. And the father doesn't go and say, ambia hawa watoto wangu wako hapo nje, wajipange. You don't say that. Ati kwa sababu watoto wako wamekukosea wako hapo nje, unaambia, ambia hawa watoto gani? Mama. You know, ambia huyo mama na ni bibi yako. No, the president must tone down and he must realize that things are not the way he's supposed to.
Tell me, because
and not only the president, even Rigathi Gachagua, when he goes to America and we hear him speak, and he's my friend, but I speak as it is. When we see Rigathi Gachagua in America, talking about a certain member of parliament in Kenya, I sit and wonder, so, you know, I mean, what kind of leadership are we offering? To me, one term is a one term. We have already finished with the President William Ruto. We have finished. We are actually allowing him to park pole, park slowly, and live honorably through the Constitution.
So what is the solution?
The solution between now and 2027 is for William Ruto to return the money that his government has looted, so that we can be able to fill up the gaps that are there.
Do you know
we need William Ruto in the next budget to allow Parliament to do what they're supposed to do, to fund the independent commissions. Because William Ruto's government has unfortunately defunded all the independent commissions so that they can be toothless to deal with his errors of commission and omission. And when I say like this, Sam, I am the outgoing chair of the committee that oversees a lot of those independent commissions. The National Land Commission. Are
you outgoing or former?
I am outgoing. I'm still outgoing. There are still bills I'm still executing from that committee. So I'm outgoing. I've not yet, but anyway, I'm former. Let us say I'm former.
Okay.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
But whatever I'm trying to say is that we need William Ruto to start packing to leave and allow Parliament to be what it is for the next 2 years. If really he wants peace, he must allow Parliament to be Parliament, so that we can fund the relevant bodies that are supposed to.
Is there a desire in Parliament to be Parliament?
Hold on. So that he can allow Parliament to fund the organizations that are supposed to keep the right checks and balances for his government. As we speak right now, my sister was asking about the NCIC. The cohesion. How do you expect them to work without budgets?
But they have.
We have defunded them. We have defunded every other independent commission in this country that is supposed to be working. All they do is say, we have salaries, but you have no money to operate. So how do we check the government if those kind of organizations are defunded? William Ruto has 2 years to fund back health, because he has defunded health. From what Kibaki regime did, from what Uhuru did, he has defunded health. William Ruto has 2 years to fund back HELB, higher education load boards, so that our students can continue going to school and lower the anger. In fact, William Ruto has 2 years to lower the anger of the young people. William Ruto has 2 years to return the money that is supposed to be given to the pensioners. That is why they are annoyed. They need their money. He has 2 years. So we are giving him 2 years to park slowly and return back to the functioning, what do you call, default mode. Yes, you need to return Kenya to default mode.
Hatungefika hapa vipi kama viongozi wa kanisa, viongozi wa siasa, viongozi wengine wote wanashiriki katika mambo ambayo inafanya vijana wa taifa letu la Kenya kufanya mambo ya maandamano. Tunawa encourage, tunawachochea wananchi wa Kenya waende kwa mabarabara. Wakifika huko mabarabarani, mambo yale ya barabarani inachukua mstari wa mbele. Mimi nataka niwaulize, and I must say this with clarity. Leaders, religious leaders, political leaders, please let us not incite the young people of our nation into situations that violence, lawlessness, destruction of property, loss of life become the order of the day.